If you're over 50, you already know your body speaks to you in ways it never used to. Maybe it's the way your knees complain a little when you get out of a chair. Maybe it's the extra second you need to steady yourself before stepping off a curb. Maybe it's that quiet voice in the back of your mind wondering, am I still as strong and stable as I think I am? Now imagine this. There's a single movement you can do in your living room, bedroom, or even beside your bed. No gym, no equipment, no jumping, no burpees. Just you, your breath, and the ground beneath your feet. And this one position can strengthen your legs, protect your back, sharpen your balance, support your joints, improve circulation to your pelvis, and even nudge your hormones in a better direction. It's called the horse stance. At first glance, it looks like you're just standing with your knees bent. Nothing dramatic, nothing flashy. You won't impress anyone on social media with it. But under the surface, your body is doing far more than it appears. Muscles that have gone quiet over the years wake back up. Deep stabilizers that most exercises ignore start firing. Your brain and your body begin to have a clearer conversation again. The best part? You only need a couple of minutes a day. Think of your legs as the foundation of your independence. After 50, strong legs aren't about squats in the mirror or showing off at the gym. They're about getting off the couch without using your hands. They're about climbing stairs without having to pull on the railing. They're about catching yourself when the floor is a little slippery, or the ground is uneven, or a grandchild runs into your arms unexpectedly. When you sink into the horse stance, your thighs, glutes, hamstrings, and calves all come online together. They don't get to take turns. They don't get to hide. They have to support your full body weight in a still position. That constant, steady effort builds a kind of strength you use in real life. The strength to hold, support, and stabilize. Unlike fast-paced exercises that ask your joints to absorb impact over and over, this stance works through stillness. There's no pounding on your knees, no twisting your back, no jerking your hips. It challenges the muscles while giving the joints a break. That's exactly what most aging bodies need. Gentle on the joints, strong on the muscles. Over time, people who practice the horse stance consistently often notice that standing up feels easier. Their legs shake less when they've been on their feet for a while. They feel more planted when they walk. That feeling of, I hope I don't lose my balance slowly, gives way to, I trust my legs again. But the power of this posture doesn't stop with your legs. Most of us are taught to think of the core as something to do with six-pack abs. After 50, your core's most important job has nothing to do with how your midsection looks. It's about how well it supports your spine, your posture, and your ability to move through your day without pain. When you hold the horse stance correctly, your core can't help but engage. Your body instinctively works to keep your torso upright. If you lean too far forward, you'll feel it. If you let your chest collapse, you'll feel it. That subtle effort to stay tall and centered is your deep abdominal muscles, your obliques, and the muscles alongside your spine quietly doing their job. A strong core means less pressure on your lower back. It means you can stand in line without needing to lean on something. It means reaching into the back seat of the car doesn't feel like a risky move. It means turning over in bed or getting out of it in the morning happens with less stiffness and more control. What makes this different from typical core exercises is endurance. Crunches and planks often strain the neck, shoulders, or wrists. They can feel harsh if your body is already dealing with aches and pains. The horse stance teaches your core to work in a way that mirrors real life, holding you upright, hour after hour, step after step. Then there's balance, that quiet skill we don't think about until it's suddenly not there. One of the earliest signs of aging is not bigger wrinkles or gray hair. It's reaching for walls just in case. It's feeling uneasy on uneven sidewalks. It's hesitating when you step into the tub or turn around quickly. These little moments are signals that your internal balance system isn't as sharp as it used to be. That system depends on something called proprioception, your body's ability to sense where it is in space. Over time, especially if we sit a lot and move less, those signals get fuzzy. The horse stance helps tune them back up. When you hold this position, your feet grip the ground. Your ankles shift slightly. Your knees, hips, and core keep you centered. Your brain is constantly receiving information and sending corrections. Even though you look perfectly still on the outside, it's like recalibrating your internal GPS. The result? You start to move with more confidence again. Turning a corner feels smoother. Walking on gravel doesn't feel like a challenge. You feel less like you're careful with every step and more like your body knows what it's doing. There's also an area of the body that rarely gets talked about openly, but becomes incredibly important after 50, your pelvis. Below the belt, so much is happening that affects your quality of life. Bladder control, stability through your center, circulation to the organs, sexual function, and a deep sense of vitality. Many exercises barely touch this area in a meaningful way. The horse stance does. As you bend your knees and sink gently into the position, the muscles around your hips, inner thighs, and lower abdomen begin to work. Your pelvic floor, which acts like a supportive hammock for your organs, has to engage to help stabilize you. At the same time, blood flow to the region increases. Tissues that don't always get much attention start receiving more oxygen and nutrients. For men, this can support function and circulation where it matters. For women, it can help with pelvic tone, stability, and confidence in daily movements. For everyone, it's a way to stay connected to a part of the body that is easy to ignore until something goes wrong. And because you're breathing deeply and steadily while holding the stance, there's a cascading effect, lower stress levels, a calmer nervous system, and the potential for better sleep and mood. It's not magic, it's just good mechanics applied consistently. Let's pause for a moment here. If this is starting to open your eyes to how powerful a simple movement can be, and you'd like more practical, joint-friendly tools to stay strong and independent after 50, take a second to hit the subscribe button. This channel is dedicated to helping you age with strength, clarity, and confidence without punishing workouts or unrealistic routines. Subscribing means you won't miss the next simple habit that could make a real difference for your health. Now, back to the stance. There's another layer to this practice that often surprises people, how it affects the mind. Most forms of exercise are about movement reps, sets, steps, miles. The horse stance flips that idea on its head. Instead of moving more, you stay still and feel more. And that stillness can be challenging in a different way. After 20 or 30 seconds, your legs might start to tremble. Your mind begins to chatter. Thoughts like, "This is enough," or "I can't hold this much longer," creep in. You'll feel the urge to stand up early. But if you stay with it, if you focus on your breath, soften your face, and let yourself be uncomfortable without panicking, you're training something much deeper than muscle. You're training resilience. That ability to stay present when things get difficult doesn't just help you hold a posture. It transfers to stress in everyday life. When plans fall apart, when sleep doesn't come easily, when you're worried about your health or your family, the mindset you build in those quiet, shaking moments can help you stay grounded instead of feeling overwhelmed. Slow, focused muscular effort combined with calm breathing has been shown to support lower stress hormone levels and better emotional regulation. In simple terms, it helps you handle life better. And that's just as important as stronger legs or better posture. Of course, as the years go by, joints tend to make their presence known. Achy knees, tight hips, stiff ankles, these are some of the main reasons people avoid exercise altogether. They're afraid of making things worse. That fear is understandable, but it can also be a trap. The key is not to stop moving. The key is to move differently. The horse stance builds strength through something called isometric loading, creating tension without motion. Because you're not bouncing, jumping, or twisting, your cartilage, tendons, and ligaments aren't repeatedly slammed or strained. Instead, they experience steady, gentle tension that tells them, "We still need you, stay strong." Your knees, hips, and ankles line up under your body and work together as a chain. Done properly, you're not grinding the joints, you're supporting them with the muscles around them. Over time, many people notice less stiffness when they first stand up, fewer twinges with basic movements, and more trust in how their joints respond when they move. Now think about your hips for a moment. When the hips lose mobility, everything feels harder. Getting out of the car becomes a production. Bending over to tie your shoes is uncomfortable. You might start avoiding the floor completely. Tight hips also tug on the lower back, compress the spine, and can throw your whole posture out of alignment. As you lower into the horse stance, the muscles and connective tissues around your hips and pelvis lengthen and work at the same time. It's not an aggressive stretch. It's a controlled opening combined with strength. You don't have to drop low to benefit. Even a shallow version, where you only bend your knees a modest amount, can slowly encourage the hips to unlock. More mobile hips translate to smoother walking, easier turning, better posture, and less strain on the back. Mornings feel less creaky. Everyday tasks feel more fluid. Movement feels less like something you endure and more like something you can actually enjoy again. There's also a subtle hormonal and energetic side to this. After 50, many people notice their energy comes in shorter bursts. There might be unexplained dips in mood or motivation. Sleep might be more fragile. A posture like the horse stance, practiced regularly, gives your body a chance to turn on good stress in a controlled way. You create enough challenge for your system to respond and adapt without overdoing it. That controlled effort, combined with deep breathing and full body engagement, can support healthier levels of stress hormones, promote the release of feel-good chemicals, and improve your sense of vitality. Many people describe feeling more awake and centered after practicing, even though they haven't done anything fast or flashy. So how do you actually do it? Stand with your feet together to start. Then step out until your feet are wider than your shoulders. Think of a strong, grounded stance, not so wide that you feel unstable. Turn your toes slightly outward, not so much that it strains your knees, just enough to feel natural. From there, imagine you're about to sit down on an invisible stool behind you. Your hips move back and down. Your knees bend and track in the same direction as your toes. Stop before it feels like too much. You don't need to drop low. Your version of the stance might be a shallow bend at first. Keep your chest gently lifted, your back long, and your gaze forward. Let your arms hang by your sides or hold them lightly in front of you for balance. Now breathe. Inhale through your nose, feeling your ribs expand. Exhale through your mouth slowly, as if you're fogging up a mirror. As you breathe out, imagine sending your weight down into your feet, grounding yourself. Hold this position for 20 or 30 seconds to start. Then stand back up, shake out your legs, and rest. Over time, you can build up to 1 or 2 minutes at a time, perhaps once or twice per day. There are a few situations where you should be cautious. If you've recently had surgery on your knees, hips, or lower back, if you have serious balance problems, or if you're dealing with uncontrolled blood pressure or heart issues, you should talk to your doctor or physical therapist before adding this to your routine. You can often adapt the stance holding onto a counter, not going as low, or shortening the time, but it's important to get personalized guidance when you have complex medical conditions. For most relatively healthy adults over 50, though, this movement offers a rare combination. It builds strength, trains balance, supports joints, engages the core, encourages better breathing, and cultivates mental resilience all at once in just a few minutes. In a world that constantly tells you to do more, move faster, and push harder, the horse stance offers something very different: strength through stillness. You don't have to chase extreme workouts. You don't have to live at the gym. You don't have to resign yourself to getting weaker, stiffer, and more afraid of falling every year. With just a little space and a little time, you can stand your ground literally and remind your body that you are still here, still active, and still capable of getting stronger. 2 minutes a day might not sound like much, but repeated over weeks and months, it becomes a statement. A promise to yourself that you're not done investing in your health. A quiet, powerful habit that can change how you walk, how you stand, how you breathe, and how you feel in your own skin. So here's your invitation. Sometime today, find a safe, quiet spot. Take your stance, bend your knees a little, lift your chest, breathe, hold. Notice your legs working, your core engaging, your mind wanting to quit and stay just a little longer than you thought you could. Let your body remind you what it's capable of. Let your mind feel what grounded strength really is. And if you already practice the horse stance, share your experience in the comments. How long can you hold it now compared to when you started? Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to take their first stance.